Hello, this is Mr. Jarrett, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can do your work at home, no matter what school computer you have or personal device that you have. So it says that you are going to be using a remote desktop app that's going to allow you to use the latest version of the programs used in class. So currently, depending on what grade you're in, you're going to have a different type of computer, and it may or may not have the newest and latest updated version of the program. Especially with Chromebooks, you are definitely not going to have the programs on your computer. So they have created this remote desktop app that will allow you to do it. Once we're in that, we're going to be able to use this Drive file stream so that you can kind of sync your Z Drive, your Google Drive, and your OneDrive all together. So this is the video explanation. So hopefully you've already clicked on that, obviously. And right now you are clicking on the remote desktop link. So when you click on that, it's going to bring up this launchpad classlink.com/seals. It's going to ask you to sign in. So you're going to use your mine's J Jarrett. It's going to be your school account, obviously. So you don't need to put at ca-pa.org. You just put your username on there because this is already the Selinsgrove sign in. You're going to put your normal login and password. You're going to hit sign in. It's going to log you in to your ClassLink. And you can see here that there's already a lot of apps. So these might be linked for you already just to get in and access how other teachers use this. You also have your files down here. So if you select My Files, this will bring open a new tab. And this is kind of a new address now. So it's myfiles.classlink.com. And here you can sync your Google Drive and your OneDrive. So you just hit Manage Services and you sign in. So you can see I'm signed in to both of my school accounts there. So you do not have your Z Drive here. This is a little bit different, but you can access your Google Drive and your OneDrive through this management server. So if I flip back over here to this, the main thing that we are going to be using is the remote application. So that's that remote app I was talking about. So once we select that, it's going to load a little bit and it's going to ask you for some sign-in credentials. So your sign-in or your username is SASD slash. Now this slash right here is important to see which one it actually is. There are two different slashes on your keyboard. This is not the one that's to the left of the shift key. This is the one that is underneath the backspace key. So SASD slash and then your normal username with your normal password. Then you're going to hit sign in. It might take a little bit to sign in for the very first time. You can see here that the school has loaded a whole bunch of different Adobe products, some Microsoft products, and SolidWorks for you to use. And they also have this Drive file stream. That is your Google Drive. So when you click on that, it's going to start to launch this, and it may take a little bit the very first time that you launch it. It's also probably going to ask you to sign in. Once you sign in the very first time, it kind of remembers all of your credentials and it won't make you sign in again. Okay, so now that it's signed in, you'll have this black screen. And if you go back to resources and double click on the Drive file stream again, it should actually pop up now. So now it's popped up. This is your Google Drive file stream, and you can see down here on the left side, I now have access to my Z Drive. I have access to all the share drives. I know a lot of teachers don't use those anymore, but I have access to all of this. Now with all this synced, I can go back to my all resources and I can open up any one of the programs that I want to use. So the two main programs that my students use are Illustrator and SolidWorks. So I'm going to demonstrate both. So when I click on Illustrator, it might take a little bit to load because remember you are loading a program virtually through the internet. So it might take a little bit, but that was pretty darn fast. So now when I go to File, Open, I can see over here on my left side, I now have everything that I just showed you before. I have my Z Drive, I have my Google Drive, I have all of that stuff. So if I want to close out of this program, I can just hit the X up here and I go back over to my all resources and I'll load SolidWorks. So I can go up to File, Open, and I should have the exact same type of window. So, yep, I have everything over here. So that is the remote desktop app. So once you are in to your files and you want to save, you can save right into your Google Drive. You'll actually see those sync over here in your class link. You'll actually see them as well if you went to googledrive.com, or if you're using OneDrive for another class, you can still use this service for all classes and any classes that have these different apps.